What are three things that women wish men knew more about sex?
It's caressing her thigh, massaging her back, giving her like an actual back massage, kissing all down her neck.
So
Or,
maybe do that until you get an invitation.
Yeah. When we say, don't stop, don't stop. People who are repeatedly choked during sex are having lasting neurological impacts. So this is brand new research. There's still a lot more to explore.
Spitting?
Yeah, spitting like on each other's faces, into each other's mouths.
What are three things that women wish men knew more about sex?
Number one, slow down. We talked about this one already. Like, we really want you to slow down, to tease us, to just like draw out that experience a bit more. Number two.
So with the teasing,
Yeah.
with the teasing,
Yeah.
with the, teasing to me means what? Foreplay kind of, right?
Yeah, like not even genital touching, like caressing her thigh, massaging her back, giving her like an actual back massage, kissing all down her neck. So don't even go between her legs, like pay attention to the rest of her body. That feels really exciting for a woman.
Now, how long should men be doing that?
I would say like 5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes.
And I think most men are probably 20 to 30 seconds on that, and then they want to move on to the other stuff. But again, like I said earlier, a lot of women will say, that's my favorite part. Like, you could spend 20 minutes doing that to me, and I would love that. So the more time you can, obviously I want to be realistic. Like, we don't always have time for.
So maybe do that until you get an invitation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be really fun for a lot
Gotcha.
of women. So yeah, slow down with us. Be more gentle with us too. A lot of women like very delicate touch. And I think men tend to prefer more firm touch all over the body, but especially with the genitals. So this is something we hear about a lot with the clitoris. Men get excited like, oh, I've heard about the clitoris now, the 8 to 10,000 nerve endings, I'm going to touch it. And they can be way too rough. So a good analogy is, think about how you would touch your eyelid. Like, your eyelid's really delicate. You're not mashing your eyelid up. Like, you're going to touch it really gently. That's about the same amount of pressure that you would want to use to touch the clitoris.
Okay.
So that's the second one. And then the third one, when we say, don't stop, don't stop.
Okay.
Men here don't stop, and they think, let me do something different now. They get excited. They get really excited. They switch up the technique. And women, we're all about consistency. Once you find the thing that works, you need consistent stimulation to get us to reach orgasm. But again, men get excited. They want to switch up the technique, do something different. That sends us back to square one. We kind of have to start all over again. So don't stop truly means don't stop.
Okay. Okay. I mean, do you have any idea how much lack of sex plays into an unsuccessful marriage?
It's one of the top 3 reasons couples split up. Kids, sex, and money are the top 3. It's huge. And again, this is yet another reason why we have to stop thinking of sex as a purely physical act. It's a very important part of a relationship.
How often do you see it lead to infidelity?
Oh, all the time. And I want to be careful with this too, because a lot of women have gotten the message, if you don't give it to him, somebody else will. And so a lot of women interpret that as, I just have to give it up. My needs, my pleasure don't matter. And the reality is, like, that's not what men want. Like, men don't want pity sex. It's another huge misconception. So many women think like, oh, I'll just let him have it. Men don't want that. You don't like when we just lay there and, we're not participating. Like, you want us to participate too. So yeah, I want to be careful in saying this is not, you have to do it for him, otherwise he's going to sleep with somebody else. But yes, if you're not connecting with each other, then it's a lot more common that people look for that connection with somebody else.
Is it common for women to not get the sex that they want?
Absolutely. We have this idea
amount?
that men are always the one that have the higher sex drives. But when we polled our audience, we found that in 45% of male-female relationships, the woman is the one who has the higher sex drive.
No shit.
45%. So that's just a casual Instagram poll. You know, it's not scientific, but we have over 1 million people there. So it's a pretty large sample size. And that blew people's minds when we shared that. Because there are so many women feeling alone and broken, so many men feeling ashamed about that, you know, because we all think it's supposed to be the guy who wants it more, but it's very, very common for it to be the woman who does. And there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, I didn't hear it. I wasn't down here, but I know behind the scenes choking got brought up. So I was just curious. Is this a trend?
Yeah, unfortunately, choking is something that a lot of younger people are doing now. It's become a pretty normalized sexual act. And a lot of people are doing it without fully asking for consent or knowing how to properly do it. And, you know, the reality is like, I want people to do whatever brings them pleasure and makes them feel good. So there's zero judgment about the specific activity. Whatever people want to do in their own bedroom is their business. But it does concern me that people are not talking about it openly because it is an extreme act and it is something that can cause damage. There is some research that is just starting to come out right now showing that people who are repeatedly choked during sex are having lasting neurological impacts. So this is brand new research. There's still a lot more to explore, but there are implications to this activity. So I want to make sure if people are doing it, that they are making sure both partners are into it. They're talking about it beforehand and they're doing it properly. So I can tell you really quickly, what you want to do is make sure you're exerting pressure on the sides of the throat. Never, ever, ever on the front of the throat. The front is too sensitive. So it's just on the sides.
Who's more into that, men or women?
I would say both. Men are definitely the ones who are initiating it and men are the ones doing it because it's been normalized by porn. It's a pretty common activity that you see in porn. Spitting is another one that's happening a lot more often.
Spitting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, spitting like on each other's faces, into each other's mouths, usually the man doing it onto the woman. So yeah, we're seeing because porn, you know, porn's meant to be entertainment. It shows more and more extreme acts to capture people's attention. And so now a lot of these behaviors that people are seeing are being normalized and being brought into, you know, casual sex. And again, there's nothing wrong with those specific behaviors themselves, as long as those people are consenting enthusiastically and know what they're doing.
So women they like that.
Some women
Some
do.
women do.
Yeah. I mean, for some people, there's this taboo power play around sex, around playing around with those dynamics of somebody being in control, somebody being submissive, somebody being, you know, kind of cruel or bossy, somebody, you know, taking it. So, I mean, sex is a way that we play. We play with these dynamics, and sometimes it's because it feels so taboo and forbidden that makes it feel exciting for us. And sometimes it's places that we don't allow ourselves to go outside of the bedroom. We do allow ourselves to go inside of the bedroom. They become sexualized because we don't do that. So very commonly you'll see like people, CEOs, people in high positions of authority and power, like very in control of their day-to-day lives, often like being very submissive in the bedroom because it's something that they can't allow themselves or won't allow themselves to do in their normal day-to-day life.
Interesting. No matter where you're watching Sean Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.